Hello, my name is Anakin, and I thought I would do another quick video about the inspiration behind the mystery knit along. So I just released part 6 yesterday. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put the links below to where you can find the pattern. The pattern will be free till the middle of May. So you've been thinking about joining in, but you haven't yet, then you've got till the middle of May to get the knit along version of the pattern. Next week, after I release the final part, which will be Monday or Tuesday probably, I will then compile it into a proper pattern, because at the moment it's written in 7 parts, and I release part 6, which means it's going to end up being like 8 pages long. So I will kind of compile that into like a normal pattern, which will then be available for sale after 15th of from 16th of May. The knit along will officially carry on probably till the end of May, to give everyone a chance to finish it. So if you haven't started yet, there's still a month where you can knit it. It is quite big, but it is relatively easy, and you can make it smaller. So let me show you what's happened so far. So we got the beginning bit. So this grey yarn is grab the label, Bilum. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Bilum is Hungarian yarn, and it's a Loli, Loli, Loli blend, 100% merino wool, and I had 100 grams skein, which is 500 meters. So I used about half of that for the first part. Got a pretty edging, and then we had a wedge of short rows. This pink section is a wedge of two short row wedges, and then we had a very simple lace section in 4 row color changes, and then we had a leafy lace section, and then we went back to this one here, and then we had another short row wedge, and then the final bit, which I haven't released yet, so I'm not going to talk about the final bits. So when I started this shawl, I've done a couple of different inspiration videos. I didn't do one for the last part, I don't think, I can't remember. And I've also done tutorial videos. So if you haven't been taking part and you are new to lace knitting, there are tutorial videos as well, both in the Facebook group and on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put all the links below, so you can take part if you want to. So the tutorials are for the first part, the short rows, this lace pattern, and this lace pattern. And I haven't released a tutorial for this section and for the second short row section, because they're the same as the previous short row and lace sections. So I haven't released a tutorial for that. And then when I finished it, I will release a blocking tutorial as well. So it's Thursday today, so my plan is I'm kind of hoping I might finish it by the end of tomorrow. I've been knitting on it quite a lot for the last couple of days, and then I can block it over the weekend and film that, and then release the blocking video when I release the final part of the pattern on Monday or Tuesday. Hoping it'll be Monday. That's my goal. So when I started, I had an idea in my mind when I bought this yarn. So the grey yarn, as I said, is Bilum Loli. The purple and pink yarns are Soxier from Coop Knits. So I'll put all the details below as well. And I had 150 gram skein of the pink and 150 gram skein of the purple. I did actually have a second 50 gram skein of the pink, which I could have used, but I decided fairly early on that I wasn't going to use it. So I think I've used about 900 meters in total. A little bit less than that, because I had probably about 5 grams left of each of the purple and pink. So when I originally got those yarns, I was actually thinking about using them together. And I was thinking, before I decided to do this knit along, I had actually got a plan for a sideways quite big shawl. So that was all the plan I had. And then I decided to do a knit along, and I wanted it to be fairly easy. We've had lots of new members in the Love of Lace Knitting Facebook group lately, so I wanted it to be fairly easy so that everyone could join in. So that was kind of my starting point. And I would say probably the most difficult thing is the short rows, which there's a tutorial for, and you can skip the short rows if you don't want them. So I think it's been relatively easy. Let me know if you're new to lace knitting or new to shawls what you think. So basically I like shawls that kind of are matching, so I don't like shawls that have too many different elements and go in too many different directions. I do like things that are fairly kind of, I mean, these are quite bright colors, but I wanted the end of the shawl to kind of match the beginning, so it is kind of symmetrical. So that's basically, I kind of felt slightly after I'd done this lace section and maybe I should have done something different for the last 3 sections, just because I was a bit worried that it was going to be a little bit boring for a mystery knit along to go back to things we've done before. Mystery knit alongs before, I've always tried to make each section very different, which is why I was a little bit reluctant to do this particular shawl as a mystery knit along. But it was something at the time I really wanted to knit. It was kind of the next thing I really wanted to cast on, so I decided I would go for it. And also I quite often find when I get to the point where I'm like halfway or just halfway over past through a shawl, so I'm just kind of halfway through, I quite often get a little bit to a point where I just want to finish it. So I thought if we go back to some elements we've done before, then it'll be a little bit easier. So that's why I did that. And I do like things that kind of are symmetrical like this. So that was just a little bit about the inspiration of this shawl. Let me know what you think, and if you haven't started yet, or you've just started, or you're getting behind, don't worry. I don't want this to be pressure. I want it to be relaxing. I want you to enjoy it. So if you're just starting, or if you're still on one of the earlier parts, don't worry. Next week I'll also put up a thread in the Love of Lace Knitting Facebook group where those who have finished can add their photos as they finish. So don't feel pressured. You've got till the end of May to finish it. You've got a whole month to finish it. So if you have any comments, please leave them below. If you're watching this on YouTube, then please subscribe and click the thumbs up if you like it. And I will see you next week with a blocking video.